Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey, I'm Todd Reynolds, and we're live on what day is this? This is Thursday. It's Thursday. I know what day it is. Thankfully, I still know what day it is. I'm going to put this down. Welcome to this day of live streaming. It's really lovely to see you. Although I can't see you, I can only see you if you comment, and if you comment, that's kind of cool. And whether you're watching this afterwards or live, it's really lovely to have you. So that was a piece that nobody, including me, has ever heard before. Just a little playing. Yeah, it's a big old loop. Paul Reller, my goodness, thanks for stopping by. Man, it's nice to see you. Haven't been in contact with you in forever. Paul Reller started the Bonk Festival many years ago. Talk about like two subwoofers in a hall and not much else. It was kind of fun. Guy Klusevic is back. It's Guy Klusevic that asked me to do a tune on the octave violin today, and I did. So, Guy, that one was for you. And it was lovely to pull the fiddle out of the case for inspiration today. Rob McClure, the star of Chaplin and the star of Honeymoon in Vegas, and our very dear friend Rob McClure, one of the most wonderful actors and comedic actors I know. Lynn Lane's back. Joanne Sternberg, hey, that's fantastic. Wow, Joanne has a wonderful camp for strings up in Maine. Joanne, just put the website in the comments there, Joanne, so everybody can see it. It's I've guested up there with Joanne, who's herself a wonderful educator and clarinetist, and her camp for her chamber music camp up in Maine is it Snow Pond? I just don't want to get the title wrong, so just type it in, Joanne. Lay it on us. But really great to see Joanne. We also have Seder together, she and her family, and every year. So Joanne is family. Paul Reller, Jake Holmes, is he playing viola? Jake Holmes is my virtual father-in-law. Jake, no, this is an octave violin today, Jake. That's why it's so low. The viola doesn't go quite that low, and it's a real pleasure to play that instrument. You know, all of my happy Thursday, Rob. Daniel Bernard Roumain. Hey, love you too, man. Yeah, Daniel Bernard Roumain, composer, violin player, activist, educator, everything. Nick Fotinos, woot. Yeah, Nick is one of the people I'm going to amplify today. Nick called me up a few days ago and said, "Hey, would you like to be a part of this summer festival I'm cooking up?" And of course, Nick Fotinos, not only the cellist for Eighth Blackbird, but also just a soloist and performer and educator in his own right, and now making summer programs. So it's kind of awesome. Jenny Choi and Du Yun, some other great folks that are going to be joining Nick. So Isabel's going to put that website in the comments. Quite extraordinary what Nick has done. So if you have any string players who are interested in anything that has to do with new music, this is the heart and soul of what we do at Bang on a Can, which of course has been postponed till next year. Our summer program is all about bringing composers and students of classical chamber music together to work together, to get to know each other, to have works written for them. It's the heart and soul of what we do. So Nick is carrying that on in a summer virtual online program. And that is, here, let me just show you the website because I want to make sure. I'm trying to get really better at doing this, but I'm not really great at it yet. Looking for the actual website that I gave Isabel, and now I can't find it. Did you just put it in the comments?
So you can just link directly.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. Yeah, well, I can first of all put it up here so we can see it, nickfotinos.com. Yeah, anyway, I will let you, rather than do it, I will let you all grab that and go take a look at your leisure. Soo-Yeon Liu, the great Hagum player and composer, is here. That's cool. Laurie McCants, actress, writer, producer, director, other things. Goodness, Thunder and Lightning. Yes, Laurie. Laurie's mentioning Thunder and Lightning. We have our own Thunder and Lightning here. I'm not sure if you heard it while I was playing, but today is the day to get our roof redone. And so our roofers, there are three of them right up above me. So they've been pounding all day and took their lunch at around 12:30 just so they could be in time at 1:30 to come back and join us on the live stream with their nail guns, compressors, and hammers. Say what? Well, I mean, in a way, it was a metronome. So. Finally got a camera on Isabel today, so you can look right in it and say hi. so we've got Isabel front and center now. So that's progress. We've moved along to that next step. Joanne, yes, chamber music seminar at Snow Pond Music Festival. There we go. Jackie LeClaire, also the mind-blowing oboist who kind of changed oboe in new music and in contemporary music. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands so much today, but it's what's happening. Yeah, Duyun, Jenny Ko, and Nick, yeah. Ella Ackerman, percussion. I have no idea what that means just for today, Ella, but you can tell me. Jamie's back. Jamie Masick is back. Michael Oatman likes the shirt. Thank you. Another Robert Graham shirt. Thank you, Michael Oatman. Go check out Michael Oatman's art, his collages, and all his huge body of books and art, collage art. It's beautiful. Hi, Ella. So anyway, today I'll tell you what. It's nice to play. It really is. I'm having fun playing. I'm having fun talking to you. I'm having fun, period. As I am having fun, I am horrified. It has been a really interesting couple of days. There's been a couple of brutal, outward-facing, almost prideful, in some cases, murders in the past week. Blatant, and some is being done about it, and some is not. There's been a woman, I think, whose chosen name is CPK, Central Park Karen, I think is her name. Her chosen name and her given name is Amy. I'm not sure exactly the whole thing, but was it Christian Cooper? Yeah, right. Her name is Amy Cooper, and the man that she called the cops on for asking her to leash her dog up in Central Park. This man's name is Christian Cooper. So they share a name, but they are of no relation. So there's been like a whole lot hashtag America So Racist this week. And if you are anything like me, you feel regretful and angry and have an urge to do something, probably have an urge to post something, say something. I've posted a couple of things. So I wonder if you feel anything like me, and I will make this super short and sweet and to the point, but I wonder if you feel anything like me when I go to post and amplify something. The first thing that occurs to me is this enough? In fact, not is this enough, this is not enough. And the one place I get that really means something to me is sometimes I really get it through my head to stand or sit in the middle of the room and imagine myself a person of color, not just a black person, a person of any color, or a person of any oppression in this country that is going through watching this and then watching white people post and then watching white people feel regretful. In any case, there's a whole lot of that going on because we're all living here together. I've come across, after a deep dive and some support from some of my friends who have turned me on to some links that really mattered to me. And I wanted to amplify a couple of them. Isabel is going to just start throwing in links to the comments, but I'm going to go this one first. No, let's go a different one first. Let's start with Ibram Kendi. Ibram X. Kendi is a professor of history. He wrote a book which was very meaningful for me called Stamped from the Beginning. It's a kind of a recontextualizing of American history from an African American perspective. It really, really rocked my world. He also then went on to write another book on anti-racism, which recently came out, book reviews all over the place. And for the New York Times, he also, let's see, let me get this. There we go. The New York Times, he also published this, which is an anti-racist reading list. I think the book is called How to Be an Anti-Racist. It is not enough to post. It is not enough to say. It is not enough to feel. We need to be more than allies. We need to be advocates for all of our brothers and sisters who are going through this, and spend a little time thinking about how it must look through their eyes. Here's another one. 75 things white people can do for racial justice by, looks like, Corinne Schutak. Now, I don't know the colors and the circumstances of any of these writers, except for Ibram Kendi. He is obviously African American. Here's one. Here's the white people post that I wish to amplify. 5 racist anti-racism responses good white women give to viral posts. Go through this article and you'll feel something. You will learn something. I completely this article today blew me away. Katie, Kate. It blew me so much that I went to go look at the other parts of her blog, which like this one called Feminist Werewolf, with a definition of what is a feminist werewolf. So I wanted to share that one with you. I wanted to share the 75 things white people can do. And then my friend Bob Stein, who, if you don't know Bob, I'm going to tell you a tiny bit about Bob. Bob was one of 3 men who studied the Criterion Collection. If you don't know the Criterion Collection, you should. Let's see, there's Bob right there. Bob this morning happened to make a post amplifying a friend of his, whose name is, I'm going to hope to pronounce this well, Evita Lavitaloka Sawyers, who is, if you just click on her name and go see who she is, even the statement of who she is 100% powerful. This was a post that was really awesome to read. And then I went down into the comment section, and lo and behold, in the comment section, I found sorry for all this scrolling here. My mouse just did a little hit. There we go. So I found that article that we've also given you. Anyway, that's maybe enough for now. I just felt I gotta stay super controlled here. I just felt that by not saying something, I'm part of the problem. And by saying something, there's some risk as well. I don't care much. But I want to say that I'm sorry, and I feel awful about the things that are going on in this country, because it's wrong. There we go. That's really what I wanted to say. Let me return to the comments. I really don't want this to become like necessarily a conversation in which we are going to just attack this horse together, because I'm not sure that is that meaningful at all as well. I'd kind of rather just share those articles and move forward. They will, Ella, share in the post once we are not live. That's fine. If you want, Ella, if you're using a Mac, if you hold down Command while you click on the links, it will open up a new page with those links in them and will not take you away from the stream. And with Windows, probably Control will do that, but I'm not completely sure. Paul Reller, yes. Yeah, let's all do it. Let's all do it. A friend of mine said to me, this was a really interesting thing. How many times have the black community, how let's say how many times have anybody, black community, people of color, said, not all cops are bad, right? So let's just take this. When was the last time you saw a huge portion of the police force walk out because of racist activity and because people aren't doing enough? It's got to end. It's got to end, just like school shootings have to end, just like all cruelty and oppression has to end. We have to do something. And being on Facebook is not going to do it. Yet I'm here. So I'm going to use this damn pulpit for a minute. Joanne Sternberg, Dayenu not. Yeah, exactly. It would not be enough. It is not enough. So anyway, enough. Let's talk about, take that and let's hold it carefully as we go through our day. Let's hold it carefully as we go through our day and as we be with each other. And remember always to think that those of us who have grown up in privilege, it takes some effort to get to walking in another person's shoes. Take some effort and takes some time. And it takes the patience of the world for those who are oppressed to watch it continue. And yet, every day, they do. They are our brothers and sisters, and we are a human family. Somebody say something happy. Quick, somebody say something happy. I need something to jerk me out of this one. I see, Ella. Say what now? Just hold on. Say what? That's right. You're 25 seconds behind. Here I am begging you to say something happy. That's ridiculous. Ugh, silly. So how is it where you are? Right now it's overcast, it's hot, and it's humid up here in North Adams. Where are you? We'll shortly go into the segment of what's on Todd's desk. This is a new segment on the live stream. What is on Todd's desk? I will show you a couple things that are on my desk because I just know you care. I know that it's important to you and it will liven up your day. So that's where we'll go with that. Okay, let's move into that segment. Here, I'll show you what's on my desk. It's a mask. It is supposed to be, number one, usable. It is supposed to look like a synthesizer, which you probably know I like playing with. And it is also supposed to fit. It is the size for a child, and it barely goes over my face. And I got caught by one of those Facebook marketing, they're not Facebook marketing schemes. People pay for them. This is a company called, well, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to be a company basher. Why do that? But just be careful because this came through on my Facebook feed and I'm like, oh, I got to have a synthesizer face mask. This is like 8 weeks ago, maybe 10 weeks ago. It just came in the mail today. Anyway, $24. Hello, stupid much? All right, I usually don't call myself stupid, but in this case, I'm going to go there. Not only for the benefit of you, the listening audience, but also just because it's fun. Anyway, that's one thing that's on my desk. Pair of drumsticks on my desk. Here is a marble. This marble was made by my dear friend, Lisa Margosian, and given to me, and the autofocus on my camera, we'll finally get it. Yeah, there we go. It's a beautiful marble. She started working with glass and making marbles. It's even a little bit more pretty when seen through the light. Oh, let's see. Is this going to work? Oh, I bet you this is not going to work at all. Let me see. This is the flashlight that I use to make sure that I'm still alive occasionally when I need to know that my pupils are dilating. Anyway, that's That's the marble. God, that's a total fail. That was not good. Ah, I'll try something else. What else do I have? I've got a shaker. Oh my God. I got a shaker. And Paul Reller, I'm totally taking requests as long as they are pieces with shaker. And I need a drink. Mm. So how are you? Tell me. Um, Guy Kluzevic, thank you, Guy, for making me smile. There we go. Yep. Oh my goodness. Ashley Bathgate has a new dog named Penny, which ended up being the destination for her mask. Alan Keary, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you take facial hair off the front of your face. I guess there isn't anything else to your face but the front, but it's front face anyway. Music for 18. Oh my goodness, Nick, I can't do music for 18. I wish I could. Really, you're going to request 4 organs from me with 2 hands? Right, Nick. Right. I'll totally do your program, but I cannot live up to your expectations, Nick. Period. I cannot. Let's go. What did I miss up here? Joanne. Yeah. Thank you, Joanne, for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys showing up and stopping by. It's been really lovely to see these things, these live streams come back, and then I see people watch them afterwards now and then. Live streaming is such a new thing for myself and also for Isabel. Once we started doing it, it felt right to continue doing it, so we are continuing to do it. Meanwhile, we're cooking up all sorts of little stuff to do and in content making and so on, but we can't seem to get ahead of anything because pandemically speaking, we are busier than when I was driving down to New York driving back and forth once a week. And Isabel also, Isabel has been working on her garden, which we will show you at some point very, very soon, or we'll make a little, especially when it gets planted. That would be a good idea when it's flowering and it's, when it's growing. Yeah. We'll show you the garden. In fact, we'll probably take you out there at some part. Oh, I see, Nick, the shaker part. The shaker part, yes, indeed. I could do the shaker part, kind of, except that I can't. What is that guy's name? His name's Gary, right? Oh my goodness! It's that huge melon, almost avocado or melon-shaped shaker that's white, and it's like this for like how long? And in sextet too. Oh my, that's crazy. I'm about to. I've been just starting to go through the Max projects of my students at Manhattan School of Music, who just completed their coursework and some of them graduating and did their recitals all online. That's something. That is something. It really is something. I'm sure you all have college students in your life somewhere or other that you have watched do this, or lots of you I know are faculty members too. It was kind of awesome. It was not kind of awesome. It was kind of amazing. And I've seen a couple of my students really like pick up and take off like a jet into the air, with their intentions. So as soon as I get some of those Max patches up and maybe make some music or they deliver some music to me, I'll throw their stuff up on the screen so you can see it, even if it's screenshots, because it is amazing. It is amazing to watch people start from a blank screen and really not knowing anything, like zero, about the language that they are about to learn, and then learn that language over a semester, learn the vocabulary, learn the syntax, learn how it all works, and then make something incredibly kind of sophisticated and beautiful, right? So that's what can be done with this particular visual programming language called Max MSP, which I'm sure a few of the people in the feed also on the thread also work with, of course. It is one of my chosen pieces of software, along with Ableton Live, which is what you heard me playing through before. Let me show you that. That's what this looks like. Whoops, wrong. Thinking that maybe a little improvisation on simple gifts. I had never thought of that. Anybody else hey, Joe Denenzone. Hey, Joe Denenzone, another jazz fiddle player. Fantastic. Joe and I did he knows how to clap for a brother. I'll tell you, that's Joe. We've done a lot of gigs together over the years. Joe, I do hope you and your family are well. You come up in my feed often, so I love kind of staying in touch with what's up for you. Guy, would you be able to mic Isabel in the future? That would be nice. So, Guy, you are going to be, I think, what I'm going to start calling our guiding light, because you basically ask for the thing which we're thinking about that'll probably happen next, which we haven't quite gotten to yet. We actually we thought about the microphone. Oh, right. Okay. So her father says, yeah, mic her. Okay. Well, this is nothing if not predictable and fitting and appropriate. So anyway, yes, Isabel will be mic'd very shortly. Figuring out how to give her some control so she doesn't always have to have an open mic in front of her. But then again, maybe she wants an open mic in front of her all the time. What do you think? You want an open mic? No? No. Okay. So yes, I would rather give Isabel some element of control than give her a complete open mic, because she would rather be a little bit more controlling. I didn't say that right, did I? I completely said that wrong. I'm sorry. Well, elements of power are always helpful, especially when you're one kind of in the driver's seat making everything run. So thank you to Isabel. Big applause for you. Big applause for Isabel. Clap for Isabel, everybody. So, good. Yes, she will be mic'd. And as it should be, says Ashley Bathgate. Yes. Yeah, let's have a little conversation about the patriarchy here, shall we? We can do that till the cows come home, too. I'm resisting saying something. I'm not going to resist saying something. Yes, Jake, I'll give her power. I will give her power. She's got more power than you know, and I'll give her more. I'm going to say, I'd like to say a little something about community. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. At the beginning of when stuff started to turn weird, I'll let you define that as any date that you would like. I was reading a lot of books and doing a lot of research on when things turn weird in other places, and about how that goes. And there was a woman, so I'll just say her name here. Her name is Sarah Kendzior, who became very important for me to read and follow on Twitter and all that other stuff. Because one of the things that she kept on saying, she says, at this time when things are beginning to, turn weird, gather your community, work in small groups, make changes in small groups, in small places. And of course, as you know, Isabel and I live in a small town, but we also have a small town called Facebook, where really sometimes it can feel like preaching to the choir, but the community power here is strong, and we can do things. And I kind of feel like the amplification of each other's sentiments when they do match our own, the intervention which happens when we call out something that we don't see that is right. These things are really important to do because we're doing it inside of a community and inside relationships which are already existing. Anyway, I don't know why. I'm not even sure that I feel that was that worth saying, but I kind of felt the urge to say it, partially to just say thank you for being part of our community and for hanging out with us. So that's this day's live. I'm not sure that I've got a lot else to talk about, unless any of you might have a question or something to say, which I could then put up on screen. I'd be more than happy to talk with anybody or answer any questions. I know that a lot of people are starting to make the move into going live. Anil Prasad, who's Anil Prasad is a music writer for that everybody in the pop music industry and the jazz music industry, and I myself, I'm actually not completely aware of what his reach is, but I know it is large. It's huge. Anyway, Anil Prasad made a post today right after I made my Facebook story saying, hey, I'll go live in an hour. He made this post which said, some musician is going live soon. And I was like, oh my God, it was me. No, it wasn't me. It was like about 1 million other musicians who are going live and playing on Facebook. It's becoming quite the thing, quite the lot of thing. So anyway, Trevor New, there we go. Trevor New is a violist and electronic musician. We've done some study together. Looper, he does his own. Started going live like at night, way like a long time ago, like at the beginning or even before pandemic land. Anyway, Trevor's a good friend and someone who's in our kind of educational sphere, done residencies up here with us in North Adams. So look, let's do this. Let me send you off with another tune. I'm going to, let's see, maybe Simple Gifts. I've never done that before. Let's see. Quality will prevail. Jake, what does that mean? Okay. That's right. He's got 25. I got to wait 25 seconds to see Jake's reply. Let's see. Oh, it's coming up. I'm sure. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this fiddle. I had the distinct pleasure in probably, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. It was we were doing, there was a Bang on a Can benefit at City Winery in Manhattan. And Rhiannon Giddens was playing. If you don't, do you know, can you find Rhiannon's website or something and put it up? Thank you, Isabel. Rhiannon is now a friend after all these years, but it was my first time ever meeting Rhiannon. And I walked in and she was doing her sound check. And as most of you probably know, she is everything. She is a fabulous violinist. She is an amazing singer. She's an amazing storyteller. She is on None Such Records. Her music is stunning. Every time I see Rhiannon do anything, it is stunning, and she's one of my very favorite musicians on the planet. Anyway, I happened to have my octave violin that day, and so I took it and I showed it to her. Fast forward, all this time I was on the phone with her yesterday, and she and we were talking about that day. So far, she has an octave violin and an octave viola, and she's had it made for her by somebody in Ireland. I think it's Ireland or England. I'm not sure, but Tim Phillips, maybe. Now I'm talking about stuff I don't remember well enough to talk about. So, but anyway, so Rhiannon has gotten turned on to the octave violin, and she's using it now. This is a violin. It's nothing but a violin. It is a regular violin, and if you have violin, then you can string it up with octave strings. They're made by Tomastic Infeld, who's one of our string makers, most famous, I guess, for dominant strings, which a lot of fiddle players use. And you can't really see it from here, certainly, but the strings are just thicker. They are thicker. So you've got a G string, a D string, an A string, and an E string, just like a regular violin, except that it's an octave lower, which means that it's got another, what is that? Another five semitones than a viola, lower, I mean. So anyway, this is my octave violin. I play it with a viola bow so that it can grab a little bit better. You'll notice that the G string, the lowest string, can be kind of flabby. Another person who loves to play the octave violin is Daryl Anger. That's Daryl with an O. If you don't know Daryl Anger, one of the original members of the Turtle Island String Quartet, changed the world of music. Certainly changed my life in music. Anyway, Daryl plays this as well. But you'll notice that this is one of the instruments that I love to play the most because what I get out of it is some really intense partials on the low end, so. Have a really, really super great day. See ya Saturday at 1:30. Bye-bye.